Hello, traders. Good evening. Sorry, good morning. Today is uh, 18th April 2021. It is Sunday, 11 a.m. As usual, we are meeting live on YouTube for Chart Whispers. Last week, we could not have a session. There was a webinar. So this week, I decided let's not miss this one. Yesterday, I was in a dilemma whether to do it or not. After getting many messages last night regarding no announcement being made for Chart Whispers, I thought people are eager. Those who are watching it regularly are tracking it, learning nicely, trading, making some money with proper plan. That is important, right? So let's start off. Waiting for 20-30 seconds, and then we will start our session. For those who are new, let me. Uh, I hope you're able to hear me clearly. Is my voice clear? Am I visible? Just confirm once. Okay, thank you. Right. So, as usual, those who do not know what this session is about, in this session, I give out my trading ideas, my top charts that I have on my radar, which I trade myself. I also give precise levels. When should you enter? When should you exit? Right. Obviously, this is not some kind of investment advice. It is purely for educational purpose. That you can take your own decisions based on technical analysis, based on chart reading skills that I focus on during this Chart Whisper session. Last few weeks, whatever stocks have been discussed, we will have some update on those stocks that have either hit the stop loss or hit the target. This week is somewhat different. There are 3 to 4 stop losses that have been hit and just a couple of targets. Let's discuss the failures first. Right, every week it is not possible to make money, and you know that markets have been a little bit choppy in the recent weeks, and it has been tough for cash traders to make some consistent money. Let me bring the screen now, and here's the screen. Let us discuss some failures. There was one stock which we had discussed, Delta MGT. Delta MG. Just a minute. Stock name is Delta MAGT. MAG. Okay, this one. On this session on 21st February, I guess, this was a clean breakout, right? And the price moved high, 18, 19, 20% move it gave from the breakout point. But then the price fell and took our stop loss, right? So we consider this trade to be a failure, right? Now on other social media channels and other places, when such a thing happens, right, what they'll say this, see, I give a buy call here at 32 and the price moved till 37.8, so it gave a 18% move, right? 18% move. So the trade is a hit, the trade is successful, right? But in fact it is not, because you have to look at the risk that you're taking. When you're buying here, at least the risk would be somewhere around 11 to 12%, right? And when I said 11 to 12%, and when let me use this tool, right, risk reward tool, right? If I buy here, and let's say the stop loss is somewhere here below the breakout point, and so it was a 1.6 hour trade, right? But still I would consider this to be a failure, because if I would have traded this, right, I did not trade this fortunately, but if I would have traded this, I would not have exited here. I would be looking for this price somewhere at 42, right? Because this was the resistance and this is my plan. So I would not say that this trade has succeeded. I would say that this trade has failed, right? This trade has failed, even though it made a move of 18% from the price at which I gave a recommendation, right? I hope you understand this. And by the way, if you like the sessions, please hit the like button right now. This helps me. to analyze, right? The thing is that yesterday I was not willing to do this session because every time I'm looking at the 300, 400 people are joining in. So I think a very less number of people are joining in for this session, and I would like to reach a very large audience with Chat Whisper session. And these sessions are absolutely free, and what I discuss here is something which is very, very effective, not some plain, some very things which do not work, fancy stuffs, right? These are very simple things and very powerful things which we are talking. So if you like the content, if you like this thing that I'm doing, please hit the like button and also share this video, share these sessions with as many people as you can, right? Let's come to the next chart. The next failure was South Bank. South Bank also we discussed maybe 2 weeks back. I do not remember the exact when did we discuss this, but the trade also failed, right? Maybe here I said that it is at a support and one could have bought it, but the trade failed right immediately after bouncing a little. Took the stop loss, right? So it was a clean failure, nothing to discuss much. The next failure was LTTS. LTTS on the daily, on the weekly chart. Look at this. This is the weekly chart of LTTS. LTTS meaning Larsen L&T Technology Services, right? Look at this weekly chart. It was a good uptrending momentum chart, and it was giving a swinging moves recently on the weekly chart. On the daily chart, what was interesting is this, right? This was interesting thing that was happening, ascending triangle pattern, right? Not a very great ascending triangle, but an okay ascending triangle pattern. And I was waiting for a breakout. Again, I did not trade this chart myself, right? I had not traded this chart, but yet, if you're here maybe, right? Although this was not a very strong indication of a breakout, we want red candles, right? We want good breakout. We want good clean breakout to occur. None of the candles is giving a good clean breakout, right? Anyways, if you would have taken this, the next candle would have taken your stop loss. This big red candle, a 7% move downside would have taken your stop loss easily, right? Now I'm not touching this chart as of now. Looks a little bit distorted. One can obviously go for swinging moves. Just hold on for this session. We will be discussing some great swing opportunities also this time, apart from breakout trades, right? And I'll be explaining some good stuff today. So hold on. Let's complete this previous week's things, right? Some of the target that hit was Shri Pushkar Cement. Right? This trade hit the target somewhere here. Let me look at the weekly chart. This is the weekly chart, right? On the weekly chart, it was a swinging move. Slowly, it was giving a breakout, but not a swift move that we want. Let me zoom in the charts just a minute. And somewhere here, maybe on 22nd, just look. 14th February, right? It was on 14th February. It's somewhere here. I do not remember the exact date when it was given, but the thing is that the target has been hit. That I said that it should arrive at 170 levels, right, in some of the session. And if you'd have bought, the target was hit here, and you should have exited. It was a good RR trade. The next one is Gujarat Alkalis. This trade was given on my Telegram channel few days back, right, when it was trading somewhere at 370 here, right? Let me go to the daily chart. It was at 370, that is somewhere here, right? At that point of time, I said the breakout is imminent. This time it should give a breakout. If you want, you can have a look at the Telegram channel. It was a clear message that the breakout is occurring right now. Very high chances. Why? Because the structure had changed. Look how 1, 2, 3, 4, and this was the 5th rejection. You get 5 rejections of the same area, and you should be very confident about that breakout if it occurs, right? And in this case, what happened was after this 5th attempt, price started to slow down here. Like, see, the price started to slow down, and then gave this green candle, right? This was a convincing candle for me, but still I did not take a trade here. I was waiting for this, and when the price started to give a breakout, started to give a move on this day, right? On this day, look at the volume surging, right? You can have a look at the intraday charts also. When you see clearly the volumes are surging on this day. If you want 15-minute chart, I'll open. See, on this day when the price started to give a move, 370 levels, right? So look at the volume surging clearly, right? This means that the breakout is happening. It is real, right? And it is at that point of time I gave a message on my Telegram channel that 370 levels. It was at 370, and Gujalkar is giving a breakout. And in just a few days, I mean, let me see how many days. In just one day, not few days, in just one day, in the next day, the target got hit from 370. It gave a move to the target area directly at 468 at around 26% move. Fantastic trade, right? If you would have traded this, made a very good money. Okay. And other stocks now Prakash and Prakash Industries 85 levels has been hit. As you know, many charts session we have been discussing this. I was holding this in my portfolio, exited this. Prakash Industries 85 levels clearly. Had been taking it from 62 levels, right? And a good amount, 40% move. I had been booked out. And last one, Dalmia Sugar. Again, this was also given in my Telegram channel where I said all-time highs are coming. I traded this. This is my trade. I traded this at 160 levels, right? At 160, I traded this. And look at the move. Very good, 40% move. It has got an all-time high levels are breached. One should easily exit now. Or if you want to trade it, you should book out 50% quantities and trail the remaining quantities, right? That's how. Now that's it for the previous trades. I know you guys get bored with the previous trades, but it is very important to follow up the trades and then move on to the fresh trades, right? Now let's discuss something about Nifty. Nifty का क्या हाल है वो सबको बहुत ही उसका रहता है. चलो तो ये Nifty का weekly chart, right? Let me look at the comments just a minute. Okay. The queries I will take up later on, right? I'll take on later on. As of now, let me discuss what I've got. Is saying that I made a very good money in Hester Bio trade, right? I will explain that trade to you, right? Today I will explain that trade. Even Salasa trade I will explain. Just a minute, right? Everything we will be coming slowly, right? Just hold. चलो तो फिर ये निफ्टी का वीकली चार्ट है. निफ्टी का वीकली चार्ट आपको पता ही. चलो एक बार सपोर्ट रेजिस्टेंस ड्रॉ करते हैं. यहाँ पे एक रेजिस्टेंस जो अभी सपोर्ट का काम करेगा, बहुत ही दूर है जो, राइट? ऑन द वीकली चार्ट दिस इज अ गुड एरिया. ये वीकली clean pivot point here, right? This is a swing low. Let's go to the daily chart. Let me draw a line only here. This is the daily chart of Nifty. Sorry. This is the weekly chart. Just a minute. Daily chart. ये daily chart है. This is the daily chart. Now Nifty is in a downtrend, right? Nifty is in a downtrend for the daily chart. On the weekly chart, it is still in an uptrend. It seems like it is stabilizing a bit, right? But on the daily chart, you see clearly lower highs and lower lows are getting formed. And apart from that, there is this support. There is this support. Just a minute. Sorry. Yeah. So there is this support on the Nifty's daily chart, right? Now what is happening is the support has got tested once here, right? And it bounced off. Now the second time it is getting tested and now it has slightly bounced off. The more times the support is getting tested, the weaker it becomes. So always remember this, right? The more the times the support is getting tested, the weaker it becomes, and then there are chances of a breakdown, right? This support has been tested for the second time now. If it gets down to the third time, then it can cause a good amount of trouble to Nifty, and we are then heading towards 137 50 levels, right? So we have to wait and watch, right? As of now the view is sideways, right? I'm not heavily bullish now on Nifty for the very short term, I mean for the coming weeks or a couple of weeks, right? But I need to see. I think it will move sideways for some amount of time, and a good amount of move has come. So look at the weekly chart, right? A good amount of move has come, and so a good amount of pullback on the weekly chart is also eminent. See, there is no good amount of pullback on the weekly chart. One pullback was here at 5% move, and immediately we had this 9% green candle. So one pullback to the same level on the weekly chart is very imminent, and it can happen, right? So my view is very sideways. I'm not very bullish, neither very bearish, right? So view is sideways. You need to be stocks. You need to select your, make your analysis, stock specific analysis, and then trade based on those. Apart from Nifty, okay, one more resistance would be here, and then the resistance would be here. So this would be the chart of Nifty for you, right? So you need to wait and watch and see what is happening. Now let's look at Bank Nifty. Oh, just a minute, and let me open the futures chart. Now, Bank Nifty last week we discussed, right? This was a PRC forming at this. This is the weekly chart first of all, right? And at this support, right? At this support, a rejecting candle was forming, and I said it can move up from this point, right? But it did not move up. What happened was after getting slight rejection, it moved down and broke down of this resistance. Let's look at the daily chart now. This is the daily chart. See, this was the breakout, and then this is the first rejection, small bounce, second rejection, small bounce, right? This is the second rejection, right? So the second rejection, small bounce, and boom, fell down and broke down. Now after breaking down, right, making a pull up, pull back, or pull up, whatever you say, and possibility is of this area to act as a retest and then maybe move down to this level, that is 30,000 levels, right, which is the next support. This is the possibility in Bank Nifty. Bank Nifty has got weaker now because of this breakdown in support. That is what the charts say. Now again, this is what the charts say. It may be very possible that this breakdown is false, right? It can be possible that this breakdown is false and the chart goes smashing up from here on. Anything is possible in the market. We cannot, predict with 100% accuracy, but we like to increase the odds with the charts and the price action, which keeps on repeating every now and then. Based on that, what we feel is that this area has been broken down and now it will act as a resistance, right? And the price is poised to move further down as far as the Bank Nifty chart is concerned. That is the analysis. Okay, kindly zoom in. Let me zoom in. I'm using a very big screen, so if I zoom in, then it gets a little uncomfortable for me, right? I've zoomed in a bit. Hope it is now visible. Okay, now Nifty, Bank Nifty done. Let's do the chart whispers contest now, as you know, and then we'll discuss something very interesting, right? We are discussing something very interesting after the chart whispers session contest, right? So before that, those who do not know, let me flash on the WhatsApp number where you need to send your answers. So the contest is I put up few charts. I put up two charts on your screen. I'll put up two charts on your screen. The person who guesses the chart first, right, who sends the message first to the WhatsApp number is declared the winner, and he gets the classic trading course free, right? This is just to motivate you to, to inspire you to keep tracking the channel, to keep tracking the charts, and to keep tracking these YouTube live sessions. If you are doing it very diligently, I'm sure you will get it right and very fast, right? So let me flash the WhatsApp number. This is the WhatsApp number when you need to put on the answers. And now I'm bringing up the chart on your screen. Just a minute. So be ready. And here we have the first chart, making it full screen. Right? This is the first chart. Okay, the answer has come in. And the correct answer is given by Aftab. Aftab has given the correct answer. The chart is Hester, right? Hester Bio. This is the chart, and he has given the correct answer. Aftab is declared the winner. Okay, the next chart, I'm putting it on the screen now. The next chart, and here it is, the next chart. And the answers are coming in. Correct answers, right? Many answers are coming in. Just a minute, I need to track. Okay, I'm not able to click on. Okay, the correct answer, the first answer is given by Ankur. It is the chart of Salasar, right? Ankur has given the correct answer at 11:20 a.m. Very first answer, very first message by Ankur, right? Okay, so we will discuss these charts. I made a very good amount of profits in both these guys, both these charts. Fine, chalo. तो फिर before discussing Hester Bio and Salasar, we are discussing something important, some important concepts to discuss today for you. So now let me share the screen again. So here is the Bank Nifty's chart, and see, many people gave the answer at 11:20 a.m. I understand that, right? But the first message is declared the winner, right? At 11:20 a.m., many people, 30, 40 people gave the answer, right? But the first message which is received is declared the winner, right? So there is no point in fighting for it, right? Chalo. Okay, now let's discuss some important things which I said. Now I'm going to discuss some important concepts. Now this is my watch list for the indices, right? Now one index which is very weak right now is this reality, CNX reality, and apart from that, the other one is CNX finance, right? This is also very weak. Now let's look at this index CNX finance, right? This index, if you look at the weekly chart, right? Look at this weekly chart. You have this resistance, right, which is now acting as support. This is the second time it is acting as a support right now, right? And if you look at the daily chart, the first time it acted as a support here, see, price moved up nicely. Second time it is coming and acted as support. Now, in finance, you have two good stocks, right? There are many stocks, I mean, but let's take example of two good stocks, right? Which are very liquid. The one is Bajaj Finance, as you all know. The other one is Chola Finance, right? Which also you know. Now let's compare both these guys, how they're performing. Now look at this chart first, CNX Finance, how this is performing. It is in a good downtrend, right? It is underperforming recently, right? Nifty itna sab nahi gira. If you compare this, right, with Nifty, compare, right? If I had compare and plot Nifty chart here, right? And if you look at it very recently from this point, see, Nifty is moving, like Nifty has fallen this much, but this CNX Finance has fallen this much. So this finance is obviously out underperforming Nifty over this long period from 28th September to now. It is outperforming, no doubt, right? It is outperforming, no doubt. But recently, very recently, from this peak from 15th February, if you look at this, see, it is clearly underperforming. Sorry, if you're a swing player, you are concerned with recent performance, right? If you're a swing player for trading for a couple of days to just a couple of weeks, right, then you are concerned with immediate performance. So CNX Finance is clearly weak. Now within the finance sector, we are analyzing two stocks. We are analyzing two stocks, that is Bajaj Finance and Chola Finance. Now let's look at the chart of Bajaj Finance. Now I'm going to ask you a simple question and you need to answer. Bajaj Finance. ये चार्ट है बजाज फाइनेंस का डेली चार्ट, right? This is the daily chart of Bajaj Finance. Let's delete all the lines and now let's plot it again. Let me look at the weekly chart, and this is the weekly resistance. Here also, I mean, it has become a zone now. So let me plot two lines like this. On the daily chart, this is the daily chart. You see this area is broken. Now see, this is the chart of Bajaj Finance, right? Just remember this chart, right, in your mind. Right, now let me plot in the chart of Chola Finance. And this is the chart of, let me delete everything. This is the chart of Chola Finance, right? And this is the chart of Bajaj Finance. Let me plot it. This is the chart of Bajaj Finance, correct? Look at the price action recently. And this is the chart of Chola Finance, right? Now tell me a simple question. Yeah, the blue line is nothing but an average, right? It is a 200 period simple moving average and nothing more. Now my simple question is, if you want to go long, if you're thinking to go long, which chart would you prefer, Chola Finance or Bajaj Finance? Just looking at the chart from left to right, Bajaj Finance or Chola Finance, tell me. This is Bajaj and this is Chola. Yes, the answers are coming in correctly. Very nice. So Chola Finance within the finance sector, which is absolutely weak. The chart which you would prefer if you want to still go long, right? If you still want to go long, why you want to go long? Maybe your analysis is that कि भाई CNX Finance का पूरा इंडाइस क्या गया? CNX Finance. ओके, ये जो CNX Finance का पूरा इंडाइस है, वो पूरा इंडाइस अभी सपोर्ट पे है और एक गुड रिजेक्शन दिया है, राइट? हो सकता है ये सपोर्ट से दूसरी बार टेस्ट कर रहा है और हो सकता है अच्छा मूव दे। ये आपका एनालिसिस से होता है, राइट? दिस इज योर प्राइमरी एनालिसिस. नाउ व्हेन यू आर मेकिंग दिस एनालिसिस एंड यू वांट टू डिसाइड व्हिच फाइनेंस स्टॉक यू वांट टू बाय, अभी CNX Finance को शायद आप ट्रेड नहीं कर पाओगे, राइट? Maybe or maybe not. I do not know whether it is in future segment or not. But if you are going stock specific, so you have options of Bajaj Finance and Chola Finance, and you rightly said that you would go with Chola Finance. Simple. Look at this from left to right. Price is in a strong uptrend. It is in a strong uptrend, right? यहाँ पे भी एक अपट्रेंड था, ये एक चैनल है, ये जो चैनल है इसको तोड़कर ट्रेंड एक्सीलरेट किया, राइट? चैनल को अपवर्ड्स तोड़ा, ऊपर की बाजू तोड़ा. जैसे ही चैनल को ऊपर की बाजू तोड़ा, हम कभी लॉन्ग नहीं जाते, राइट? When the upper channel gets broken down, a rising upper channel gets broken on the upside, we do not never go long, right? It is meaning that it means that the trend is getting extended, right? There is not where we go long. But anyways, if you would have gone long yet, you would have made some amount of money, some amount of money, not much, because यहाँ से देखो तो इतना टाइम तक प्राइस साइडवेज ही गया और फिर यहाँ पे एक मूव दिया इस कैंडल पे, राइट? दैट इज, चलो वो सब छोड़ो, लेकिन अभी दिस ट्रेंड वाज एन एक्सेलरेटेड ट्रेंड. यहाँ पे अच्छा एक ट्रेंडिंग मूव चल रहा था, ये ब्लू चैनल आप देखो, और ये ट्रेंड को नीचे की बाजू तोड़ा एक रेड कैंडल ने, और इमीडिएटली वी हैड दिस ग्रीन कैंडल, राइट, विथ अ गुड अमाउंट ऑफ वॉल्यूम. लुक एट दिस वॉल्यूम ऑन दिस ग्रीन कैंडल, राइट? So if you want to go long, you would be going long in Chola Finance. That is the analysis, right? Now, the other analysis is, let's say you have this CNX Finance once again. Now, you have this second test of this support, right? And based on your observations, you feel that this is the second test of the support, right? And now, after this bounce back, price can break down this support. That is what you are trying to play. You are playing the breakdown of this support. And when the support gets broken down, you know the move will be very quick, very high RR, right? So there is always a compromise between RR and accuracy, right? That all things we have discussed in the course and in the risk management videos. And apart from that, we're not discussing those things once again right now. But the thing is, if you are planning, if your analysis is कि भाई यहाँ पे support पे दूसरी बार test लिया है price ने और sector बहुत weak है, and I want to trade the breakdown, I want to preempt the breakdown trade, right? In that case, which stock would you like to short? Bajaj Finance या फिर Chola Finance? This guy Vanish Munot, I am blocking this guy. Do not ask same queries, same messages again and again, right? I'm discussing something important, please pay attention. कौन सा चार्ट आप ट्रेड करोगे? शॉर्ट. अगर आपको शॉर्ट करना है, बजाज फाइनेंस शॉर्ट करोगे या फिर चोला फाइनेंस शॉर्ट करोगे? Yes, the answer is correct. Bajaj Finance, because that is the weaker guy right now. Chola Finance weak nahi hai, Bajaj Finance weak hai. So the thing is to remember is you have to buy with the strength and sell with the weakness. ये पॉइंट मैं आपको यहाँ पे दिखाना चाहता था. तो अगर आप इस प्रकार से ट्रेड अटेम्प्ट करना चाहते हो तो यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हो कि बजाज फाइनेंस ने ऑलरेडी उसका सपोर्ट, जो मेजर सपोर्ट था, वो तोड़ दिया है और यहाँ पे सस्टेन कर दिया है. तो अगर आपको शॉर्ट करना है तो शायद यहाँ पे देखो आप प्राइस बहुत ही कॉन्ट्रैक्ट कर रहा है, with the contraction and expansion, right? जैसे ही प्राइस कॉन्ट्रैक्ट होता है बहुत, उसके बाद प्राइस एक्सपांड होता है, और जैसे ही प्राइस एक्सपांड होता है उसके बाद कॉन्ट्रैक्ट करना स्टार्ट कर देता है. तो यहाँ पे आप देख रहे हो प्राइस कॉन्ट्रैक्ट कर रहा है, राइट, कंप्रेस कर रहा है. सो योर स्ट्रेटजी वुड बी टू शॉर्ट हियर ऑन द ब्रेक डाउन ऑफ दिस प्रीवियस कैंडल, राइट? ये कैंडल जिसका लो है 4566. अगर 4566 प्राइस नीचे टूटने लगता है, 4560 पे चला जाता है, then you can go short, and this trade you can take based on the simple concept of strength, performance, recent strength कैसा है. तो इस प्रकार से टेक्निकल एनालिसिस किया जाता है, इस प्रकार से चार्ट को समझा जा सकता है. I hope I am able to make some sense, and I hope you are able to grasp what I am trying to teach you. I hope this is not something very advanced, but this is very effective concepts, and simple things work. Magic in markets, that is what I always say. तो I hope कि आपको थोड़ा बहुत टेक्निकल एनालिसिस का ज्ञान समझ इस वीडियो में आया होगा, राइट? चलो अभी आगे बढ़ते हैं. ओके, स्टॉप लॉस, इस ट्रेड का स्टॉप लॉस ऑब्वियसली अबव द हाई ऑफ दिस कैंडल. कैंडल का हाई है 4750, तो स्टॉप लॉस कैन बी 4755. नाउ फ्यूचर्स में जो भी चार्ट आप खोल के देख सकते हो, वहां पे जो लेवल्स हो वो आप रिस्पेक्ट कर सकते हो. दिस इज द कैश चार्ट, राइट? एंड कैश यू कैन नॉट शॉर्ट. Regarding 200 moving average, rest 200 moving average is significant, right? 200 moving average, why it is significant? Because it's like many people are using it, so it becomes significant, right? So when the price hits 200 EMA, 200 moving average SMA, you can expect it to give some sort of rejection. Not every time, but sometimes, right? Like look at this, see, यहाँ पे कोई रिजेक्शन नहीं था, राइट? अगेन यहाँ पे कोई रिजेक्शन नहीं था, तोड़ के चला गया, राइट? यहाँ पे भी कोई रिजेक्शन नहीं था. But sometimes we'll see that making some rejections, right? Because it is being used by many people. 50 MA and other MAs are not so significant. They are just for determining the recent market direction. Like यहाँ पे अगर 20 मूविंग एवरेज और ये 50 में मूविंग एवरेज प्लॉट कर दो, तो आपको पता चलेगा कि 20 मूविंग एवरेज ने इसको काट के नीचे चला गया, राइट? इट मींस दैट द मार्केट has it means that the immediate trend in the market is weak, right? That is what it is signifying, but nothing more than that. You cannot trade based on this crossovers and something like that. That is very foolish, and I know this is being taught by many people. It is very stupid. This is 200 simple moving average SMA, correct? Amit, as per your query. Anil is asking, Afzal bhai, Bajaj Finance is at monthly support. Let me look at that. Let's see. This is the monthly chart. Okay. So, see, you need to, if I draw this line here, see, this is a very broad area. If you draw just an area, right, based on this, then this will be this area. This is the monthly area, right? It cannot be just a line from the monthly chart. Now if you go on the daily chart, and price is broken down of the monthly area as well, right? It is at, you can say it's at an area if it is somewhere here. Now you see it has broken down, and if you zoom out the chart like this, your monthly area is based on this, right? Your monthly area which you have drawn is based on this, right? So actually this is the line. The actual precise area is this, and this on the weekly chart as well. If you combine this is the area, not the one which we are drawn using the monthly chart. So this is the proper area, right? I hope you understand this. You need to look at multiple time frames to properly determine what is the area. Okay. Okay, चलो तो फिर fresh opportunities. Yeah, एक trade जो last time किया from a query from Piyush is asking about Adani Enterprises trade which I booked profits, right? A simple trade था. ये एक स्विंगिंग मूव है, स्विंगिंग चार्ट है, आप देख रहे हो लंबे टाइम से बहुत ही अच्छा स्विंग मूव कर रहा है, ऊपर ही जा रहा है, क्लियर हायर हाइज एंड हायर लोज. सो मैंने यहाँ पे ट्रेड लिया था बेस्ड ऑन द विग वैग सेटअप, राइट, विच इज टॉट इन द क्लासिक ट्रेडिंग कोर्स. विग वैग परफेक्ट सेटअप था, परफेक्ट, बहुत ही अच्छा स्ट्रेंथ था ये स्टॉक का, गुड पुल बैक, राइट, एंड इज अ परफेक्ट ग्रीन कैंडल. और मैंने तकरीबन यहाँ पे एग्जिट कर दिया इसको, और इन दिस केस आई मेड 1.5 लाख, जस्ट ट्रेडेड वन लॉट in futures, right? So Adani Enterprise trade was like this. I had entered somewhere here, and my stop loss was this on this candle, and I booked out somewhere here, 1175, I think so. So this was my trade. It was around 1.3 R, I think, and I booked it out. Okay. So now, BSL is one chart which is interesting right now. BSL on the weekly chart. So look at the weekly chart of BSL. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5th rejection. As I said, 5 rejections, very important now. And this time, if it pay attention to this chart. If this time if it starts moving up, right, there is a higher chance it is going to break out very soon, right? For those who are not very good at interpreting the price action like that, right? Just a minute, huh? This is the daily chart. So what I'm saying is, for those who are not very good at interpreting price action like that, they can wait for a price to clearly break out of this level. Maybe if the price moves to 41, right? If the price goes to 41 level, you can take a long trade with a stop loss of 36.8, right? That is a stop loss, and your first target would be this 51. 51 would be your 51 would be your first target. That's how you can trade BSL. BSL का full form यहाँ पे full form नहीं लिखा है, so I do not know what is the full form. Next chart is WS Solar. ये WS Solar खुल तो नहीं रहा है, कौन सा चार्ट? अच्छा, ये स्टर्लिंग एंड विल्सन, ये वीकली चार्ट है और क्लियर कट ब्रेकआउट यहाँ पे दे दिया इसने वीकली चार्ट पे, और अभी भी बायबल एरिया पे 309 पे है. यू कैन बाय. दिस इज अ गुड ब्रेकआउट, राइट? लुक एट द वॉल्यूम सर्जिंग, right? Good breakout, the area is strong, that is what volume signifies. And the stop loss would be below this 280 levels on a weekly closing basis. इसको इस प्रकार से आप ट्रेड करेंगे. So this is a very good chart. Obviously the first target will be this gap which will get filled at 395.7, 396 levels. It will be the first target, right? And then you can trail it as per your convenience, and I think this will go to all-time high levels very soon. So SWS Solar is a ready on hand opportunity. उसके बाद so there is Sangvi movers. Sangvi movers का ये है वीकली चार्ट. And the good thing is this congestion occurring before this breakout. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rejections, and there are multiple rejections occurring here. This is what makes this chart interesting. As of now, I'm very bullish on this chart looking at this price action. In fact, I would have gone long at this candle itself, right? This candle itself, I would have gone long, preempting a breakout, but I have not gone long. This chart was not in my radar. So as of now, when I'm seeing this chart, I'm still bullish on this chart. You can take a long entry right away. You can take a long entry and place a tight stop loss at around 110 levels or so, and you can go for a breakout trade. If not now, you can wait for a breakout. If you are looking for more confirmed trade, wait for a breakout to give at 130, 131 levels. At that point of time, you can go long. That is the chart of Sangvi movers. Okay. Mayur Bosle is asking about Zeal. Now let's take up some queries. Zeal chart. Very weak. Zeal is very weak, even with recent great rally in Nifty. This guy is still underperforming. There is no such rally in Zeal. Let me delete everything. See, it tried to give a breakout here and could not sustain and fell back down. And I'm very bearish on this. ये नीचे ही जाने वाला है, उसका कुछ नहीं होने वाला है. This support has got. See, this is the support which got broken down heavily with this big candle and making a pullback. Good. It is good for short. Good for short. It is a breakdown and a pullback. Good for short right now with a stop loss at 199 levels, and the target would be 174 easily. Right. Zeal is a good short trade. Firoz Khan is asking about JSW Energy. Weekly chart. JSW Energy. Oh God, what a momentum. ब्रेकआउट हो गया है और सस्टेन कर दिया इस वीक में. नीचे गया था, ऊपर क्लोज हुआ. वेरी बुलिश. But see, it is very bullish, but I do not trade these kinds of charts because it is high on. See, apart from being high on momentum, that is a good thing, no doubt. It is very extended. The entry is very extended. In these kinds of charts, I would be waiting to get entries somewhere here at 83 or maybe at 71 at the pullbacks, not at this. See, if you are somewhere here at this kind, right, you see it is giving a big move and broke out of its previous two highs, and you go long here, right? No doubt you would have still made money, but look at how many days. You have to wait for 45 days to make some money. That is more than 1.5. That is more than a month, right? If you enter here. But if you wait for a pullback and look for a precise entry somewhere here, maybe, I do not say that you will enter somewhere exactly here, but I'm just giving an example. Enter here, it just takes 15 days to give a phenomenal move, right? So no doubt the chart is very bullish. If you are a mid-term trader holding it for a couple of months, something like that, then you can enter a trade here right away and hold it. Divyam is asking about Reflex. I have not heard this chart. The weekly chart of Reflex. Okay, good chart, but very wide swings here. Once again, back to this. There is no breakout as of now in the Reflex chart. You have to wait for breakout of the 126 levels, right? There is no currently breakout. Satyam Patel, many same questions. You will be blocked. Anil is asking about Merico, most common is Merico and Lupin. Merico. It's a weekly chart. We are at weekly resistance right now, right? This is the weekly chart. Merico is still in this range right now, Anil. So as of now, I'll not be interested in this guy. Right? Either I want a clean move on the upside, right? Or I need a pullback from this area, which happened at this positive. This is a good candle to enter. See, right? This gave a good PRC. So we need to have an ideal trade location apart from analysis. And apart from this, you said Lupin. Lupin is very interesting. See, there is the weekly chart of Lupin. Now, if you are tracking chart whisper session every Sunday, you will understand my psychology. कैसे चार्ट मुझे पसंद आते हैं, कैसे चार्ट मैं उसको प्रेफर करता हूँ, तो यू विल ऑटोमेटिकली इतना चार्ट आपको दिखाऊंगा कि आपको आपके दिमाग में भी ऑटोमेटिक फिट हो जाएगा कि ये चार्ट को अच्छा बोलते हैं, ये चार्ट को छोड़ देते हैं, राइट? यू वुड बी एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस after looking at so many charts every week. Now Lupin, see 1, 2, 3 rejections, and now it is the fourth rejection. But the important thing here is the price structure. Many people call this a cup and handle formation, right? This price formation is very good, and it is moving now once again to this area. If it moves back down once more and then it gives me a positive candle, I would go long before this breakout, right? Predicting the breakout. As of now, I'm waiting for a breakout to happen and then I will go long. On the daily chart, same thing. This is the level. On the daily chart, this is the level. As of now, not interested. Waiting for a breakout. Same thing. But the charts are interesting. Anil, good. Vikas Chaudhary is asking about IEX. Okay. Here's the weekly chart. IEX in a strong trend, strong move, very strong. Big move. And on the daily chart, the chart is good. And I think it is even a good entry here. Looking at a slightly pick up in the volume. If you want to trade, you can go long here with a stop loss of 325.2, right? And the first target will be this, obviously, at 387, 388 levels. Now the thing about this chart is, I do not know how much more this chart is going to consolidate. यहाँ से अगर मैं बाई कर लेता हूँ तो हो सके कि कितना कंसोलिडेट करे मुझे पता नहीं है. Maybe 2 or 3 days or maybe 2 or 3 weeks, and then it decides to move up based on the predominant trend. और जब ये consolidate करता है तब maybe one day will come and it will take my stop loss also. I do not know that, right? So if you are a mid-term trader, then this is a good spot where you can buy with a broad stop loss, right? Broad stop loss कि आप buy कर सकते हो. लेकिन if you are a swing trader, prefer better opportunities than this, because I do not know how much longer it will consolidate. और यहाँ पे क्लीन स्विंगिंग मूव नहीं है, राइट? यहाँ पे क्लीन स्विंगिंग मूव नहीं है. स्विंगिंग मूव यानी अगर चार्ट का क्लीन स्विंगिंग मूव होगी, अदानी एंट में हमने कैसा देखा था? अदानी एंट का अगर चार्ट में दिखाऊं, अदानी पोर्ट का भी दिखाऊं, तो इट इज अ क्लीन स्विंग. जैसे ही स्विंग डाउन आता है तो मैं बाय करता हूँ, जैसे स्विंग आता है मैं बाय करता हूँ. यहाँ पे स्विंग आया, मैंने बाय किया, राइट? यहाँ पे ऐसे इस प्रकार से आप ट्रेड कर सकते हो. देखो ना, स्विंगिंग मूव है. और अगर आप IEX का चार्ट देखो तो ये स्विंगिंग मूव नहीं है, राइट? ये थोड़ा कॉम्प्लिकेटेड मूव है इसका, राइट? यहाँ पे वो फ्लैग्स और वगैरह पैटर्न बनाता जाता है. इस प्रकार से इसका स्ट्रक्चर है चार्ट का, ठीक है? तो इस प्रकार के चार्ट में अलग से थोड़ा हमें देखना पड़ता है. सीधे हम स्विंगिंग मूव की तरह ये स्विंग ले लिया और बाय कर लिया, ऐसा नहीं, ठीक है? यू नीड टू अलाउ इट टू कंसोलिडेट एंड देन ब्रेक आउट. यहाँ पे जैसे यहाँ पे इसने कंसोलिडेट किया, दिस गाय कंसोलिडेटेड एंड मेड अ गुड असेंडिंग ट्रायंगल पैटर्न एंड देन दिस कैंडल ब्रोक आउट. तो यहाँ पे तकरीबन यहाँ पे कहीं पे आप एंटर कर सकते थे when it was breaking out, right? And then you could have captured a good amount of move immediately within 4-5 days. That's how you need to understand things. ओके चलो 10 मिनट है. ओके, फेस्टर बायो मेरे ट्रेड जो दिखा दूं, जहाँ पे मैंने बहुत ही यहाँ पे अराउंड 1.75 लाख मैंने बनाया हेस्टर बायो में. आपको पता है मैंने जब बाय किया था, मैंने डाला था ट्विटर पे कि यहाँ पे बाय कर रहा हूँ ऑन दिस कैंडल 6th अप्रैल को मैंने फुल क्वांटिटी लोड कर दिया था मेरा. यहाँ पे मैंने बाय कर दिया था और विद इन द नेक्स्ट 2 days आई बुक्ड आउट 50% समवेयर हियर at 2170 levels, and the remaining half I booked out at this candle around maybe 2020 2025 when it gave a good 9% down move. तो इस प्रकार से मैंने यहाँ पे ट्रेड किया था हेस्टर बायो में. इफ यू लुक एट द वीकली चार्ट पे क्लीन ब्रेकआउट था, राइट? ब्रेकआउट था. और अगर डेली चार्ट पे जाओ तो ये ब्रेकआउट कैंडल है और उसके बाद प्राइस पुल बैक किया. जैसे ही पुल बैक कर रहा था प्राइस, लुक एट द कैंडल्स, साइज वर गेटिंग स्मॉलर एंड स्मॉलर. एज आई सेड, प्राइस वाज कॉन्ट्रैक्टिंग, और मैंने जैसे बोला कॉन्ट्रैक्शन एंड एक्सपेंशन, राइट. प्राइस वाज कॉन्ट्रैक्टिंग एंड लुक एट दिस कैंडल, हाईली कॉन्ट्रैक्टेड, एंड लुक एट द वॉल्यूम, नेग्लिजिबल, राइट. तो यहाँ पे पॉसिबिलिटी है कि किसी भी बाजू ज्यादा मूव आ सकता है, एक्सपांड हो सकता है मार्केट. अभी मेरे पास दो ऑप्शन है, या फिर लॉन्ग जाना या फिर शॉर्ट जाना है. और ये चार्ट पे यहाँ पे सपोर्ट था और ये ब्रेकआउट हुआ और ये सपोर्ट था, पुल बैक ट्रेड था, तो कन्फ्लुएंस था मेरे पास. तो यहाँ पे मैंने लोड कर दिया क्वांटिटी. मुझे पता था एक्सपांड होने वाला है मार्केट, हो सकता था नीचे भी जाए, लेकिन हायर चांसेस जो होता है वो हमें करना है और उसी में हमारी कमाने की कोशिश होती है. यहाँ पे मैंने लोड किया और नेक्स्ट 2 डेज में लकीली बहुत ही अच्छा मूव मार्केट ने दिया, और मैंने यहाँ पे एग्जिट भी कर लिया पूरा क्वांटिटी. और अभी भी मार्केट बहुत ही अच्छा मूव करके प्रीवियस हाइज यानी ऑल टाइम हाइज को तोड़ के ऊपर जा रहा है. Esther Bio, and the other guy is Salasar. ये सलासर का वीकली चार्ट है, आप देख सकते हो, राइट. स्ट्रॉन्ग कंटेंडर, मूव देखो इसका, क्योंकि ये रेजिस्टेंस है, यहाँ पे प्राइस ने स्टॉल किया. बिकॉज दिस रेजिस्टेंस, प्राइस स्टार्टेड स्टॉलिंग ऑन द वीकली चार्ट. लुक एट दिस small candles forming. Price was clearly congesting, right. And when I go went to the daily chart, look at this, right, because of this resistance only, right. And it was not able to move down also much. It means that it was very strong, but because of this resistance, price was struggling to cross it immediately. If the price would have given a down move like this, right, then things would have been different. But यहाँ पे प्राइस ने नीचे भी नहीं जा पाया, because even if this was a strong resistance, buyers were supporting this stock, not allowing to go more down. And once this breakout candle started to occur on the intraday time frames, I looked at the surge in volumes on this day, on 6th April. अगर मैं intraday time frame की बात करूँ, the breakout दिया, look at this volume, surge in the volume on 6th April intraday time frame पे. पता चल गया कि ये ब्रेकआउट, अभी सीरियस बायर्स आ गए इस स्टॉक में और ये ब्रेकआउट हो रहा है. तो आई बॉट दिस Salasar and I'm still holding. I booked out 50% quantities somewhere at I do not remember the exact price, 475 maybe, and I'm still holding 50% quantities, and it is very strong still now. Nothing so significant, no significant weakness is seen in the stock. Look at the candles, everything is bullish till now. Salasar is a good one. And one stock I booked loss, Shakti Pumps. Shakti Pumps में मैंने लॉस बुक किया, अराउंड 1.1 लाख का लॉस बुक किया इन दिस केस. वीकली चार्ट आपको दिखा दो. दिस इज द वीकली चार्ट ऑफ शक्ति पंप्स. थोड़ा कॉम्प्लिकेटेड ट्रेड था, यहाँ पे ब्रेकआउट हुआ था और यहाँ पे सेम वीकली एरिया पे ट्रेड कर रहा था. लेकिन जब मैं डेली पे गया, आई ट्राइड टू गेट इन हियर, प्रेडिक्ट द ब्रेकआउट, राइट. एंड दिस कैंडल पे मैंने एंटर किया था और विद इन द नेक्स्ट 2 कैंडल्स माय ट्रेड फेल्ड. हैवी कॉन्ट्रैक्शन यहाँ पे मैंने देखा, बहुत ही कॉन्ट्रैक्टेड था प्राइस. मैंने लगा बिग मूव आएगा और आया, लेकिन इमीडिएटली फॉलो थ्रू नहीं मिला. और रिसेंट 2 डेज में आपको पता है उस दिन पे मार्केट गिरा था हेवीली, निफ्टी बहुत गिरा था और उसकी वजह से स्टॉप लॉस कट हो गया और एंड आई बुक्ड आउट. नो वरीज, राइट. दैट इज हाउ यू हैव टू बी डिसिप्लिन. So that's it for today, guys. Many charts discussed, many concepts discussed. 11:53. I hope the next week is profitable for all of you, and in the coming weeks as well, not just next week. And stay updated with my Telegram channel. Lots and lots of charts I'll be sharing my journey, ups and downs, everything. And in case of any queries, you can always reach out to me or my team. We are trying hard to solve those, but we have to prioritize things, and that's why many queries are left unanswered. So that is why I'm doing this chart whisper session, right. The winners will be given the course by today itself by 8 p.m. Right, they are requested to contact. They will be contacted by the team itself. So that's all, guys. Thanks a lot. Happy learning and happy trading.